Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Alden. I'm joined today by head women's basketball coach Chris Paul. And Chris, it's tournament time, Summit League tournament. You guys are the 8 seed taking on the top seed, South Dakota Coyotes. Played them just a couple weeks ago there in their home arena. Lost by a couple of double digits, but he played here at home, only lost by a point. But what's it going to take first off to take on the number 1 seed?
Well, I mean, obviously it's a tough task because even though it's not their home floor, they're going to have a lot of fans there, and we have to understand that. Number 2, they're just a really, really good basketball team. I mean, there's a reason they're the number 1 seed, and they've won, I think, 23 total games. We played them well, though, looking at the 2 games, 3 halves. We had a bad first half at their place, a good second half, and 2 good halves here. And you're right, we shot free throws awful. We were 14 of 23 from the free throw line here and lost by 1. There we had a great second half and made a run. We just dug ourselves too big of a hole in the first half. And that, to answer your question, Brian, that's what we can't have Saturday. We can't dig ourselves a hole that we can't come back from. I believe we match up pretty well with them. I think if you ask Coach Williams, she would probably say that she doesn't like this first-round matchup because of the style that we play, because our up-tempo and our pressure gives them some problems. So the biggest thing for us is to really keep this thing in about 4 minutes. And, we've been talking about the 4 minutes and trying to hang around and keep as close as possible or have the lead as long as possible, because the longer this game goes, being the number 1 seed, being the team that went to the NCAA tournament last year, all the pressure is going to be on them, and they'll start to feel it then.
And you kind of talk about getting to that NCAA tournament. A team only has to win 3 games here in the Summit League. What does it take for a team to make that run with those 3 games?
Well, things have to fall in place, obviously. You have to play well. And one of the things I'm really concerned about, Brian, is not whether the matchup's okay with us or whether we'll play hard. It's our inability, really, the last 3 games to be consistent shooting the basketball. We've gone through stretches where we just can't score, and I'm concerned about it. We got to make sure that we knock shots down when we're out there. And then, I talked with our group. There's not a team in this conference that we haven't gone toe-to-toe with. We've either beaten them or we've had a nail-biter with every basketball team in this conference. So, I know it's 1 game at a time, but, if we can get through South Dakota, then you're going to play the winner of Western Illinois and IUPUI, and all 4 of those games were close. So, we're looking at this as we've proven we can compete. Now we got to find a way to get over that hurdle. It's not good enough to compete anymore, because if you just compete, then you're going to go home. We got to find a way to do it, and everybody's 0-0 right now.
And you kind of talked about some of your keys for the South Dakota game, but what are kind of the keys in your mind that's going to make it a run for IPFW here in the next week? Well,
I mean, we're going to have to rebound better against them than we have done the last 2 times. We haven't done a great job rebounding the basketball. And we're going to have to control their 4s and their 5s. They've done a nice job of posting up, scoring on the block, scoring mid-range, being physical with us. We're going to have to handle those 2 pieces. And, back to what I said, this is really going to come down to 4 minutes, because from what I understand, they're selling a record number of tickets. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be a lot of people. And, as well as anybody that most of them out there are South Dakota State fans. And I promise you that they're going to be IPFW fans on Saturday at noon, because they're going to want us to knock them off. So I told our group, let's just go out, let's play in front of the largest home crowd we played in front of this year, and use that fuel. Let's just play loose. All the pressure's on South Dakota. Go out there, believe in what we're doing. It's a process. And, at the end of the day, Brian, if we come out here and win 3 straight, people are going to forget about all the close losses we had during the season.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck this weekend, and hopefully we'll have a great trip to Sioux Falls. Thanks.
Thanks, Brian.